On the day that this video goes up, I was supposed to graduate, but obviously that's not going to happen the way that I feel like it should because of the whole global pandemic. So I won't be getting to walk across the stage and have my family scream for me in front of like thousands of other people because there's thousands of other people in my college, and it's fine, but I needed something to differentiate being a college student with being a graduate, aside from just sitting alone in a room with a camera watching me and moving my tassel. So I am gonna decorate my cat and talk about college and see if that'll make me feel like I graduated. I wanted to shoot this whole video wearing the gown, but it's been like 4 minutes and I'm already like 3,000 degrees. So I'm just gonna not do that, even though it would have been fun and quirky. It's just hot. I started college as a double major, and I then became a triple major, and then I went back down to a double major, and now I am graduating with one major, a minor, and a certificate. So that triple major that I wanted, I still learned all of the things from because I wanted to, and I did that because, I had so many goals and aspirations, and I was under the impression that you can't get a job doing the things that you want to do if you don't have a degree in doing those things. So I was like, I'm going to get a degree in doing those things. And I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I knew I didn't want to have to worry about not knowing something. So I learned as many things as I could. I focused on so many different areas that were all kind of the same, because what I really wanted to do was get a creative writing degree. I apparently had misunderstood a conversation I had with my mother, according to her, that pretty much turned me off of actually doing that and getting the English and creative writing degree. So I didn't. I was focused on writing. I got a cinema degree. I took every single screenwriting class that they had to offer, every single one. They just started having a screenwriting degree, and I had every single credit on it besides 3 classes that they just made. So I was like, hey, can I have? I designed it for you. I made up all of the classes that you have on the course. Can I have? And they were like, no, we're not offering the classes that you need. So I might have left with 2 degrees, but they didn't want me to. What I always wanted to do when I first started looking into college is I wanted to be a screenwriter. I wanted to write movies. And I don't think I have what it takes to write books, but I'm gonna try because I know how to write. So it's why can't I? But obviously some people are gonna be more good for that. I don't really see myself being a director or anything like that. I don't really like editing. Editing for myself for this has become a little bit easier because it's more fun, and I'm just really making fun of myself and my struggles. But I don't know. I feel like I didn't learn any of the things that I should have learned through my college experience. I'm sure at some point in my life, when I am no longer fresh out, I'll be happy that I learned stuff. My brother went to film school, and he said like having the film theory knowledge that I didn't care about learning the whole time is going to be helpful for the future in comparison to the people who didn't learn film theory. But I don't really see that happening. He says it will, but we'll see. We'll see. I didn't learn anything about how to get a job. They didn't teach me anything. I had one writing class that was like, here's how you can work as a writer in the future. And it was basically like, become a teacher. And I am not good at teaching in any sense at all. I don't know much of anything about getting a job, being either, like, I don't know how to get published. I don't know how to get a job at a, like, place that I can write. I don't know how to get into a writer's room. I don't know how to apply to get into these positions. I don't know anything about that. Like, the most I've learned is from my brother because he's already doing it and he's working freelance. And I'm kind of scared of freelance at the moment because I don't feel like I learned anything. So I would need something there to help me combine what I actually know into doing something. Like, my brother has his best friend since college that they work together, and like they have that net of like, we do this together. I need some form of a safety net that is like, I'm not going down by myself, and I'm scared to like start freelancing by myself in that way. I want to. I really like dance videography because I did dance videography archival for the university's dance department. And I just shot all of these dance performances and I edited the videos and I sent them out to the instructor. That's what I did, and I really liked it. I had this one dancer that was going to have me record for her teaching reel this semester. She knows so much for that, but can't record a teaching reel if you're not teaching. So I like doing that. I like being around that art form because I think it's a like really interesting art form, and I think the videography around it is really fun to do. So I was thinking once I get somewhere and we're not in the middle of a pandemic, I would start trying to sell my dance videography skills that I have on my resume, and I have stuff to show for it, and I can like help small studios try to sell their classes or help people who are applying for performance colleges make their dance reels for that. And I think I could do that, but I'm scared of it. So it's just going to be one of those things that I like need to figure out. Need to just try and do. But until I get out of this pandemic, it's really hard to see myself having a future because all of my things bank around being around people. Like, you can't make a video. You can't be a videographer. You can't do any of this stuff if you're not allowed to be around people. It's just a weird time to be graduating. Like, there's nothing you can do that you can know you're gonna be okay. I am hopeful but scared, to say the least. I think I learned too late how important connections are that you make during college so that you can have somebody to reach out to and like have that connection, like, hey, I'm in this area, do you know anyone who's looking for a person who does this? And I didn't really make any effort to connect with any of my professors throughout college, because in my head, it's like, you're just here to teach me. Like, I don't know how to befriend teachers and stuff like that, but my last couple of years, I was able to. I made a good connection with my screenwriting teacher. She's fantastic. I have taken a class with her every single semester since she got hired. I was in the class that was her test class that she came in and taught for one class period, and had all of the higher ups of the cinema department watching her and seeing how she interacted with us, the students. And I remember that and being like, wow, she's really cool. That was interesting. And she was my independent studies teacher for my writing certificate. And I wrote a whole movie, and it's good. It could be better. It needs another rewrite, and I understand that, and I'm not afraid of doing that. But she gave me advice, and she told me she had friends in places that could help me, and she told me how to submit to Sundance my script, and she said that I could after my next rewrite, and it would probably take a few tries just like everybody else, but I might be able to make it into Sundance at some point with this script. And that am I crying? I'm crying. Okay. That support and connection is something that I didn't think I would get, because you can have people saying, yeah, you can do it, but if they don't actually know your way of doing things, and they don't actually know how the world works in the business, having my mom say, yeah, I believe in you, is not as impactful. Wow, what? Having my mom say, yeah, I believe in you, is not going to be anywhere near as impactful as having somebody who knows the business, who knows my writing structure, my work ethic, and my way of doing things, say that I can do this. I honestly think that's the only class that I actually learned something in. Or at least that all of the things I've learned culminated into something that actually matters. Yeah, so I think that that's the class, that independent study with my one teacher, is the most impactful thing that ever happened to me in college, because I spent a large portion of it hating doing school and hating being here in Iowa, far away from my family and my dog, and I just didn't think I had any reason for doing this. I didn't think that there was any point in me actually doing school, because I thought, hey, I could go into casting, and if I was in casting, I would just need to intern for a couple of years, and then I would be able to be in casting. And I was like, this is so stupid. I don't need college for these things. But if I'm gonna be totally honest, I don't think I would have been successful without college. I don't think I would have done anything right. I think I would have struggled. I think I wouldn't have had the confidence. I think I would have thought I didn't do anything right, and that I didn't belong in the working world, and I would have just worked minimum wage jobs and lived at home with my parents until I could figure out, hey, maybe you should have done college. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing that I went, but I just didn't want to. It was such a struggle to just be in college, I'm like not very good at making friends at all, really. So it takes so long for me to find people who actually work for me as a person. It's just like a really hard world to be in, but it's worth it. We'll see, I guess. I don't honestly couldn't tell you until it happens, but I guess I'll just figure it out as I go, the same way that they say college works. Who's to say whether this is going to be totally worth it or not? Because I don't know. But I do know that I learned something. I learned at least one thing, and that is more than I thought I could say towards the beginning when I was trying to leave. I learned something, and maybe it'll help. That's all you can ask for, really. So my cap is going to say, "Hey, look, Ma, I made it," because of the Panic at the Disco song. And I think that's a very good song, because my mom is the reason that I stayed in school, because she kept telling me to stay in school. When everything I was thinking was like, don't stay in school. You don't belong here. You know, we're doing this in that. And it's also a very good song. So we're not mad about it. But I hope that at some point I can say this again, but in a way that matters more to me, because I don't think college really had that much of an impact on my opinion of my worth. So it's not like I feel like I did much. I definitely took college in the same way that took college. I definitely did college in the same way that I did high school, where it was like, I'm going to do the work as minimally as I can. I'm going to do the least amount of work that I can. And that is going to be how I get my education. It's doing the least amount of work. So I definitely could have learned more, but I didn't want to. And I had this mental block that I didn't want to do it, so I wasn't going to. And it just made it way harder to actually learn anything. So I've culminated all of the classes that I learned something in class, and I've gotten all of their syllabuses and all of the books that they wanted me to read, and I'm going to have that on a list and see if someday reading those books is going to help me. Because I learned in those classes. I only picked the classes that I learned something by going to class. Because I didn't think that if I didn't learn anything in class, like, what am I going to learn from the book? If you didn't teach me in person, like, I'm not going to learn from reading. I'll try and read some of those and see where that takes me. But until then, I did what my mom was encouraging me to do. So, hey, look, Ma, I made it. Made it this far, at least. I did not expect to get emotional about this. Like, at all. What's crazy is I didn't care about school at all, and I made the dean's list. This semester, probably, just based off of what my grades are right now. Last semester, the semester before that, and the semester before that. And I didn't, like, I was just taking classes that I was learning from, so I was doing better in them. But, like, the girl who doesn't care gets great grades. Who is she? A girl who wants to make her mom proud, even though she doesn't think she's getting much out of life. College definitely gave me depression. 100%. Like, prior to college, I never freaked out about, like, well, I freaked out. Like, everybody freaks out. But I never got, like, anxiety attacks of any kind, and I never got super depressed, and I never had, like, any of those real mental health issues. And then coming to college, I definitely got them, and then I went to the counselor, and I talked to the counselor, and they were like, you're fine. Just sleep more. And I was like, here's the thing, I sleep all the time, and nobody really helped with that. But, you know, what can you expect from college? Yeah, I definitely got depression from this. 100%. There's no other reason. Nothing else could have caused it. So those are my thoughts on my degree, I guess, because that's where I'm at. I hope I get a job doing something. I hope I figure something out that I don't have to, like, make coffee for the rest of my life. As of right now, it doesn't seem like an issue. I do kind of love making coffee, but it's not like my career goals. It's not what I want out of life. We'll see. I have faith. I have faith, and I have a degree coming in the mail. So, I don't really know how many people are going to watch this, but if you do, leave a like. I've got another craft video coming out on Wednesday. It's probably not going to be, it's definitely not anywhere near as emotional, and it's going to actually show you how to do something. But thanks for watching.